In this video, I'm going to compare the Google Pixel 6 with the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G. Let's go ahead and get started. So both of these are 5G phones, so that's a tie right there. Price-wise, Pixel 6 is $600, the A52 5G. Couple of prices here. The main unlocked price is $500, but you could definitely get this on prepaid for way cheaper, as low as like 200 bucks. So there's a big price difference if you go on the prepaid route. Pixel 6 is a flagship device straight from Google, so that's something to consider right there. But price-wise, there's a big difference, but $600 for a Pixel 6 flagship is definitely pretty good. Size and weight. Now, the Pixel 6 is going to be around the same overall size as the A52 5G, but weight-wise, it's more heavier, 7.3 ounces versus 6.67 ounces. So the A52 5G is a more lightweight device, and that has to do with the build quality as well. Pixel 6, glass front, glass back, aluminum frame. A52 5G, glass front, plastic device. So you got great build quality in the Pixel 6 versus the all-plastic design on the A52. SIM card capabilities. Now the Pixel 6 has an advantage here, has an eSIM along with the nano SIM card slot, so that's not found on a lot of devices. It's found on iPhones, Google Pixels, and some higher end Samsungs. And the A52 just has a normal SIM card slot. For dust and water resistance, Pixel 6 has IP68, IP67 for the A52, and they have around the same depth for a submersion, 1.5 meters for 30 minutes on the Pixel 6, 1 meter for 30 minutes on the A52, so very close in the dust and water resistance. Now for the refresh rate and the screen, you have an AMOLED display, 90 Hz on the Pixel 6, you have 120 Hz display refresh rate, Super AMOLED on the A52, so a little bit better refresh rate on the A52, and it's a cheaper device. Overall size, the Pixel 6 is a little bit smaller than the Samsung, 6.4 inches versus 6.5 inches on the Galaxy. You're going to get a little bit less screen to body ratio on the Pixel, 83.4% versus 84% on the A52. Resolution, these are both resolution of 1080p, so full HD, and PPI is almost the same, 411 on the Pixel, 407 on the A52. And you have an always-on display on the Pixel 6. So basically they have almost the same type of quality on the displays, but it seems like the A52 has a little bit of an edge, especially considering the price. Software, very different on these devices. You got stock Android on the Pixel, Samsung UI on the A52. You're gonna get several years of updates on both of these, but the Pixel 6 will get guaranteed 3 years first day release on Android software, while the A52 5G will get Samsung UI on top, and it won't get the newest software right away. You'll have to wait. So in the software department, the Pixel 6 wins. Chipset, the Pixel 6 also wins. It has a Google Tensor chip, so Google's in-house chip, so it's very, very fast. It's going to be faster than the Snapdragon 750G on the A52, which is not slow, but it is an average okay chip. Now for internal storage, both of these start off at 128 gigs, but the A52 has a micro SD card slot for expansion, so win for the A52 5G. Camera department, Pixel 6 has 2 cameras, A52 Galaxy has 4 cameras. You got for the main camera, the Pixel 6 has a 50 megapixel, A52 is 64 megapixels. The ultra wide, both of these have 12 megapixel ultra wide cameras. A52 has 2 bonus cameras, a 5 megapixel macro, 5 megapixel depth camera. Both of these cameras can shoot video in 4K. Now, for the everyday person, both of these phones will be totally fine. But if you are really into video and pictures, the Pixel 6 takes a cake here. Google Pixels always have great camera systems, and it goes a step further by having that sensor chip inside, and it'll have some features that are just better than any other Android smartphone out there, such as portrait mode, and also the new features that come along with the new tensor chip, like magic eraser and unblurring and stuff like that. Now the A52 5G standing on its own is a great camera system as well, and it has those bonus other macro and depth sensor cameras. So both of these have great cameras, but the Pixel 6 takes it a little step further. Selfie camera, the Pixel 6 has an 8 megapixel versus the 32 megapixels on the A52. But the Pixel 6 only shoots in 1080p. A52 Selfie has a 4K selfie camera, so the A52 has a better selfie camera. Both of these have stereo speakers, but the Pixel 6 does not have a headphone jack while the Samsung does, so advantage Samsung. Pixel 6 has a 5.2 Bluetooth rating, while the Samsung has a 5.0 Bluetooth, but they'll both do the same job connecting to your devices. Pixel 6 has NFC, while the A52 depends on your market, and they both have USB Type-C for charging. Both have an under the display fingerprint reader, so it's a tie right there. Battery, both of these have a fairly large battery, the 4600 on the Pixel 6, 4500 on the Galaxy. It's safe to say that both of these will give you all day battery life. So battery life is not a problem on either of these devices, and they both have fast charging, which will give you around 50% charge in 30 minutes. But bonus on the Pixel 6, it has fast wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. So we reviewed all the specs, and it's safe to say that both of these are great devices. You can't go wrong with either one, but there are some differences. Mainly, it's going to come down to the price. Pixel 6 is $600, which is great, but the Galaxy A52 5G could be found for $500 unlocked and brand new, or you get it prepaid as low as $200, and so that makes it a very, very compelling device. But there's just some things that the Pixel 6 does better, such as the software. That's an advantage. You get 3 years of fast updates. It's stock, and the camera system is going to be advanced in some places. Also, the Pixel 6 is just going to be faster in the long run. This device is kind of future-proofed. The Galaxy A52 has a micro SD card slot. It has a 4K selfie camera. It has just a big battery. The camera system isn't terrible. It's very, very good. And it has those 2 extra cameras for macro and depth sensing. They both have the same internal storage, and I have the same size, and it has a 120 hertz refresh rate, and it's just a more lightweight device in general. Pixel 6 also has a little bit of extra RAM, which is 8 gigs versus the 6 gigs in some models of the A52 5G, so keep that in mind. Both of these are very, very good comparison. They're both great cameras, are great phones, and it just depends on what price you get these at. The Pixel 6, you could also save $200 if you get it prepaid on Visible in the US. That's the only type of prepaid discount I could see, so you could technically get the Pixel 6 for $400, and then you can get free Pixel Buds as well to add to that. So yeah, both of these phones are very, very similar in quality and in results that you'll get from your experience. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of both of these phones. See you in the next one.